Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. This is a Chinese Zelkova tree that I planted about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, actually 15 years ago more like. And I dug it up about 5 years ago and put it in this pot. And this is the first time I work on it. What I did is that during its growth in the ground and when I dug it up, I cut off a lot of the branches to kind of pick a curve to give me the taper as well. And so that's a tree that I got after I kept it in the ground, in the pot for about 5 years, so maybe a little bit longer. And so now I have a material to work with. And all of this can happen very quickly, actually. I don't need to take too much time. And I'll try to find a pot that this would fit, that I would someday put it in to make it into a bonsai in a year or two. It will be quite a respectable bonsai year or two because I start off with a thick trunk. So in a way that I'm really working on this, if I call it starting now, it will be 5 years. The tree will really be 5-year-old bonsai. And yeah, I can claim as a 25-year-old tree because it's been in the ground for a long time. So there is advantage to start with a bigger tree. Well, I'll quit talking. I'll take it out of the pot to show you what the design, or to find out what the design possibilities are, and then go from there. So let me do that. You can see Zelkova is a very rugged tree, very vigorous growth. In this case, the soil is actually quite clayey. I use my garden soil and putting some redwood compost, which is this coarse material for air. It really isn't very good, but nonetheless, they still grow very vigorously. Look at all the roots that it has grown. So let me comb out the base so I can take advantage of what's in there to optimize the appearance. I have no idea what's underneath of it, so let's find out. Obviously, when I put in the pots, I try to optimize a little bit. Now I have to optimize again to take advantage of what is there. You can see that's where I took the chainsaw or the reciprocal saw and cut off, and it has rooted. And if I put it in a bonsai pot, the roots would become quite vigorous. That means very large. Actually, there's not much roots below because I already pruned off the bottom using a reciprocal saw. So that tree can probably fairly instantly fit into a bonsai pot. So I'm saying after you dig up your tree, use a reciprocal saw or a chainsaw. I don't think it's good to use a chainsaw because you may have to replace the chain very quickly. When it hits the soil, it's not a good thing for chainsaw. But for reciprocal saw, it's only a $2 blade. You can afford to mess it up and then put in a new one, good as new. See, actually not much roots below. So all of that can go into a bonsai pot. I'm done. You can see I have a lot of fibrous roots at the surface that I can find a bonsai pot and fit into it because I already cut off the bottom a lot in the past. And I will do a little bit more to get rid of. That's it. So that is a tree. Now let me try to work on the top. So I can probably tilt it at this angle and take a look at the apex. Right now, this tree is coming up like this and did a turn and did a turn and then go up like this. I have a choice of making either one of these two apex. But this one has a side branch. So this can be an apex and that will be a side branch to bring down later. So with that in mind then, I'll cut that off. So now I would probably use this pot, maybe prop it up a little bit higher. So there's several reasons for choosing this pot. That could be the front, or this could be the front. I think this is probably the front because it gets a little bit of a side branch more visible. And is that, first of all, this is a Yixing kind of a pot in the sense of a brown-purple, brown clay. And then the second one is that this thickness is about the thickness width of this, and that makes the tree look more compatible. And then this is a little bit taller than this width of the tree. I don't want to be too specific about it, but I think this pot would look fine. And for not treating the cuts very with gentle glove or kid glove, you can see they actually heal very nicely over time. Like this, right now it's kind of like a figure 8, but if I carve out this, would be a nice elliptical sign. So now with that then, I will start clipping, and like, you know, this branch really could have something grow out of this way. So let me look for a bud up on top, which is about here. Well, actually, you see there's a bud here, there's a branch here, and I can certainly bend it this way to have a branch going that direction. So let me, again, have the discipline of working on the top first. Like right now, you can see I have a choice to use either this one as the apex or use this one as the apex. But given there's a low branch going to the side, which I need to support this as the apex, I'll cut it off right here. You can see this handy dandy cutter can cut pretty hard wood. In this case, this is a very hard wood, and that's why you don't need to seal the cuts and all that because it will heal over nicely to give you the wild look. And now you want to use this branch to go to the back, so you just clip it off. So the whole idea is you clip off the redundant growth to let the energy goes into the main growth to shape the tree. And when you cut, you want to cut straight so that it can cut. Otherwise, you just wind up twisting the blade. You can see this is actually pretty resilient. I can bend it. Even if I break it, it's okay. So I think I'll bring this branch down and let that be the side growth so that there's not a big gaping holes here. And that's a nice side branch, wonderful. And then this, I think the apex, really you don't want to be too far away from here, although there's no branching right now. So let me be conservative and use this as an apex. I actually would really like to have something grow out of here to use as an apex. On the other hand, I can use this as a sacrificial branch, let this grow to thicken the branch, that trunk, the apex trunk, and this way give you more design opportunity as well. So that's what I'll do. I'll leave it alone. So that is pretty much a tree. It doesn't look like much again because I did drastic cutting, but in 3 months, I'll have plenty of opportunity to recut it. And then in a year, it'll look decent. In 2 years, it'll look quite full. In 2 years, Zelkova grows very quickly. So it looks bare now, but you can see it's a nice flow. This branch will go out this way. This branch, hopefully something will grow out this way. I don't want it to go that way. So I hope this branch will come out this way or that way. And then this will give you the triangle. In fact, this is a nice turn, 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 turn. So I'll cut this off. So this will become the apex, and this will be the side. And then this can be pulled down to be like this. So that's the tree. You can see it comes up like this, did a turn, 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 like that. And then I let this be the sacrificial branch to thicken this wood. So I think the main point about this tree is that you can create a respectable bonsai fairly quickly. In this case, it was planted 15 years ago, and then it grew, and then about 5 years ago, I dug it and put it in a pot. And when you shape a tree, don't be bashful, just cut off and leave some branches on top to thicken the apex. And it will come out to grow to give you a lot of opportunities. So just do it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And then I'll put this in my good potting soil. And I tell you, in 3 months, it will look very full, but 6 months for sure. And in 2 years, this will be a very nice bonsai, quite full with a lot of green leaves. So with that then, I thank you very much for watching. Please click like if you think it's informative, and try to make a tree. If you're 40 years old, by your 50 or 60, you have a nice tree. And plant it in the ground, plant it in a growing pot, and they'll grow fast. Be bold about, don't worry about making mistakes, just cut it. Unless you're drastic, you're not going to have a unique tree. So I hope to see you again in the future. Please stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel, tell a friend, and send us your mailing address so we can send you notice of availability of trees. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.